thank you, Team Bridgerton. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you could be here. I hope you all. Yo, throw your thumbs up if you can hear us. We're trying to do a quick little audio check because excited.
We're in the ton. I'm ready to be in the ton this evening.
Yes. Okay. I think you hear everything. So yes. Let's give a little shout out to all of y'all. Thank you so much for coming in here. Thank you for the thumbs out.
An air horn.
Okay. We got the audio set up. Sorry about that. We had some small little technical things that we had to get through.
Little snafus, if you will.
Yeah, small little snafus here and there.
Why do I have to have the accent?
I don't know. I feel like if you're a true Bridgerton fan, you should at least try it once. Fellow members of the Ton. Yes.
Are we in the Ton, or are we down like in the by the printer shop?
No, we are royalty.
Oh, absolutely.
We are royalty up in here. Y'all are royalty up in here.
Wait,
welcome to the Ton.
I forgot my crown.
Well, hold on, I get you right.
Off with your head.
Boom.
Off with your head.
Man, I know there's some folks that want to strangle us, want to hug us, want to pat us on the back, want to kick us down a flight of stairs.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
I'm just happy that everybody had a good time.
Oh, yeah. And I know I'm beloved like the good Queen Charlotte. Yeah. I don't know about you. With your Cressida. With your Cressida lovings.
Hey, look. You see on the little thing, I had to put Cressida like right there under me because
I'm so mad you have her front and center.
Listen, I wish I had a shirt that said Cressida was right. I'm kidding. I know she's not right. I know.
Okay.
I do get that, right? Like, y'all do understand that I get that she's the bad guy.
I don't think
the
antagonist.
Know. The antagonist.
Yeah, they do. Actually, I think they do. No. Because you made that very, very clear. You're like, she's not a villain. She's an antagonist.
No. Listen. No. I'm just saying that as everybody's still piling in here, you know how this goes. Big shout outs and hellos to everybody. Big shout out to Heather M, who gave us that thumbs up to let us know that we got some that we actually have some sound going. Shout out to Monique 69 Johnson, 69 Ways Johnson. Yo, Monique, thank you. You have been tried and true. Big huge shout out to Love Both. Hey, thank you. Maybe Love Them Both won with the thumbs up. Cat D, it's a little choppy. Gosh, I hope not.
Cat D, let us know if it's still choppy.
Yes,
let us know in the comments if it's a little.
As a matter of fact, let me go in here. We tried to upscale it and hit you guys with some 1080p. Hopefully, it'll maintain. Okay, well, so far.
Hi, Mrs. Happy Go Lucky. Hey. Hi, Jamila.
Big huge shout out to Jamila. Akafudin. Okay, there we go. Thank you for spending your time saying what's up.
Demo, Kelly Franklin, Hunting Violets. You are true.
Hunting Violets.
You are true.
You did. Hunting Violets has just been down from day one.
You are a member of the Ton officially.
Yes, you are a member of the Ton. Thank you so much.
Hello, Governor.
Noob from DeVille has jumped in here. Hello, Governor. Yo, Noob from DeVille. Y'all, if you haven't done it already, go check out his page because I'm sure he's got some incredible stuff regarding breakdowns and insight regarding the Bridgerton verse as well. Let's see who else we got in here. No, it's perfect.
Good.
Okay, thank you.
Good.
Okay,
Sound
good. Thank you. Sound is fine now. Okay, so let's kind of like hop into it. Let's just start. Scale of 1 to 10, can't pick sevens.
For the season?
For the season.
Season 3 was.
Season 3.
8.5.
8.5?
8.5.
Really?
Yeah. Season 3 was 8.5.
Thought about it for a second.
Because at first I was going to say 8 or 9, obviously.
Really? I thought you was going to go 9.
No, 8.5.
Really?
Yeah, 8.5.
Okay. I'm shocked.
Queen Charlotte is like a 9.5, 10. So if I'm comparing, I have to go 8.5.
Yeah. Queen Charlotte's without a doubt like a 9.5. Yeah. It's possibly 10 depending on how I wake up in the morning.
Absolutely.
I think it goes Queen Charlotte. It's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like season 3. Maybe second best.
Yeah, but so what'd you rate it? 1 to 10?
I give it a 9.
9.
I give it a 9. I rated over season 2.
Oh, absolutely that.
Yeah. But 1 came out the gate so hard. Like 1, it's crazy. Like 1, you would think typically when it comes to like a pilot season or something like that, it just maintains the excellence throughout and everything else kind of fights to be as good as that first season. Yeah. But it's slowly, with the new stuff coming out, it slowly keeps dropping a little bit further down, right? But that's a testament to the quality, right?
Well, see, and the thing for me, Absolutely tests the quality.
Okay.
But for me, season 1 is at the bottom now.
Wow, you think season 1 is worse than season 2?
Yeah.
And I hate to use the word worse because there are no
that's what I'm saying.
seasons.
No, I'm rating it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So see, look, it's awesome because Monique 69 Ways Johnson, season 3 is a 7 for me.
Oh, we don't do 7s in this. In the ton, we don't do 7s. 7s don't exist on scales of 1 to 10 because 7s are a coward's choice.
Ain't no coward's choice. They just mean that.
Monique, not you. Not you, Monique 69 Ways. You not, but from here on out, if we say on a scale of 1 to 10, thou shalt be stricken with the pox. If they mention the flux, if they mention 7s, there are no 7s.
Oh, look, there's
from the Veil said it was a Queen
9.
Charlotte was a 9. Yeah,
Queen Charlotte was 9, 10, 9.5.
Wow. Kelly Franklin said, wow, this was my least favorite season. Kelly, you're going to have to follow that up with I'm going to need a why.
Yeah.
Why behind that. But book readers seem to have not enjoyed this season. Like, if you're not a book reader, I think you might enjoy it more than the book reader. Book readers seem very disappointed.
Well, I think there's a few seasons. I mean, I think that there's a few major things in a lot of the seasons that the book readers are disappointed in. Okay. You know what I mean? So I definitely agree with you that may be a reason why it's like that. Love them both. One said 8 for me. Oh, yeah. Oh, but look at Venus. But look at Venus Art though. I feel completely different. Although I give it a 5. Yes.
Wow.
For the people, that went below a 7. I said below a 7. Below a 7. What is it that made you not like the season as much as some of the others? Because I'm curious.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Yeah, I'm wondering. We might actually even put up a poll. Let's put up a poll real quick.
Okay, you know how to do the poll.
Yeah, let me do this. Yeah. You take care of this. I'm going to put up a poll. You guys give us some reasons as to why.
Yeah, because I just want to know.
I'm assuming characters, plot, not sticking to the story. Those are going to be my top 3 for now.
That's what I was about to say, the not sticking to the story, because I feel like, there's a lot of things that happen in this season. Especially like right off the bat when they were like, oh, she told Colin before he proposed, like certain things like that would seem to be extremely significant. Okay. So I'm like, oh, that would really bother me. Okay. But then you have Mrs. Harper, happy-go-lucky, that said, I'm a book reader. I didn't hate it. I loved this season. Okay. I just wanted more pollen scenes. Yeah, I could understand that. Okay. I could understand. I think they were trying to give it more of a, what do they call it? Oh my gosh, the rest of the ton. They wanted to have more people on the ton in the season. Okay. So they didn't have as much as because, I feel like Kate and Anthony were on every scene. But then
they were everywhere. You're definitely right about that.
Absolutely every minute of every scene.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start off with just these 3 plot characters, not sticking to the story. Give me one more reason as to why you did not like the season, because you got to have at least 4 for a poll. Meanwhile, while y'all are gathering all of that, let's see. Noop said season 2 was an 8.5. Season 1 was an 8. Season 1 is still my favorite from Britnot Spears. Hey, thank you for hopping in here, Britnot. Let's see. Season 3 was an 8. This was from Heather M. Let me see. Hunting Violets. Let's see. Season 1 was on the bottom for me. Wow, from Ted D. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's a few people. Yeah. Let's see. This is from Love Both One.
Love them both.
Season 1 was a 7. We don't do 7s in here. Season 2 was a 5. Dang. Season 3 was an 8. Queen Charlotte was a 10. I mean, wow. Season okay. Season 2 was a 5. That was interesting.
Yeah. Well, maybe they weren't on the Great Kate, train.
Kelly over here trying to start a fight. Kelly Franklin said that the Cressida story fell apart immediately and Eloise was disappointing. I can't thank you so much for bopping in here with a question.
Wait, the code. Okay, let's see. The code 84XX. I enjoyed season 3 but was disappointed. I feel like we didn't get much screen time with a happy couple. So see, that's a lot of people seem to be really disappointed that we didn't have Colin and Penelope, as much as we've had like the other.
I'll put that on there.
The other love story.
Not enough Colin and Penn.
Pollen is what they call them.
Pollen.
P-O-L-I-N.
P-O-L-I-N. Okay, so we'll do that. Not enough P-O-L-I-N.
Pollen.
I'm curious what you all are thinking. I'm going to go ahead and start this poll up there. Let us know what it was that made season 3 disappointing for you. And for everybody else, thank you so much. Keep dropping some of these questions in here. We will try to address as many as we possibly can. But if you want to jump first in line, because sometimes it does get a little bit busy and you want to be like, hey, I need this question answered really quick. Like right now, please bless us with the super chat, but we are going to address as many questions in the chat
Absolutely.
as possible. So not enough Colin and Penn, huh?
Well, if you think about it, okay, think about previous seasons, right?
Okay.
Think about whose love story it is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you have the first season.
Okay.
Daphne.
Okay.
Right. And Simon.
Daphne, Simon.
Saw them every scene. They were doing the deed.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was way more cheeks a clapping in season one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you saw them on every screen.
That made it so good, too, though. Yeah. I'm just saying, like,
well, actually,
come on now.
Simon, you're right.
I mean, look, I'm not going to pretend like Simon isn't a handsome dude.
Simon was a charming man.
He's a charming, handsome dude.
He was a charming man. And then season 2, who do you have on the screen all day, every day?
Kate's face.
Yes.
All day.
Yeah.
Kate face.
With Anthony whispering in the ear. So you got Kate and Anthony all day, every day whispering, whispering sweet nothings and breathing in each other's mouth. Right.
I guess it is. They are the least seen. Kate and, Pollen.
Penelope and Colin.
I got to get used to saying Pollen. It's just, it sounds like it's roll off the tongue easily. Just give me a second.
I think it does for me because I saw it in the comments so much, like during the actual episodes dropped. So I was like, oh, Pollen. So I just started to call him that.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it.
That would not have been the thing for me to have been like, nah. Okay, not enough Colin and Penn. Let's see. Let's click over here just to Penn. I just want to see what the polls are going. Click right there.
Click here?
Yeah. Just want to see what the polls. So far, the characters. Wow, that's not enough pollen to 70% so far, and that's with 27 votes. Okay.
Yeah. So not enough pollen.
Okay.
It's like the gist of it, right?
I'm gonna let that poll stay up a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Absolutely. Hunting violets. I always defend Eloise, but she dropped Cressida at her lowest point. I think she can have more than one friend at a time.
Whoa! Somebody defending Cressida in these streets, hunting violets. What's going on with you? Is it just me and hunting violets in the trenches?
Wait, but here's the thing.
Cressida trenches?
No, but hunting violets is not defending Cressida. She's talking ill about Eloise.
Yes, I'm dragging anybody that even remotely says anything kind of.
You were the only pitchfork receiver this evening.
No, I think Eloise. Okay, if we're talking about characters that really didn't give a lot as compared to previous seasons, I probably would give Eloise that award. She would get that award and been like, yeah, you could have done a little bit more.
She could have done better, is what I feel like. You know what I mean? Like she could have. I don't know. She was a little torn with some things, and I get that, but she could have done better.
Is she still a good friend?
To whom? Just period? Or
just a friend? Like, would you consider her a good friend?
I would in some regard when it comes to Penelope. I'm gonna be real talk.
Okay.
Because she still had that grudge with her. Yeah. And she was keeping the secret from her brother.
Yeah.
She was there for her when the Cressida stuff dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like she's still, she was there.
Yeah, I think she's a solid friend. I think that she's still a little naive as a friend.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, would I have her on the team? Like, for real? Like, if she, like, hey, come on over, let's play some spades with the fam. Yeah, why not?
Eloise ain't playing no spades.
Oh no, that's right.
She plays some chess.
We gotta have something different. But,
she ain't playing no spades.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's not high society. That's not high society. Venus R, the reason this was my least favorite is I'm here for the romance mostly, and I just didn't get that from this. I also hate to say it, but I feel Colin's acting was clunky in parts. I'm sorry.
I'm not all the way against that. I feel like aesthetically, Colin stepped up all the way.
Colin had that collar pop.
He had the little eyebrow for the whole first half,
and the bouffant.
Yeah. But okay, as considered with other actors in his space, he didn't really have any like super memorable.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think he was a bad actor though.
Yeah,
but, just.
No, not bad. Nobody on here is bad.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Shonda's like, no, I'm going to get quality.
That part.
Quality. Yeah,
absolutely. Thank you, Venus R. Did I say that right? Venus R? Oh my, yes, Venus R. Okay. Edie, I feel like there wasn't enough time to flesh out all the plots. And because of that, the emotional payoff didn't hit, in my opinion, like the Whistledown reveal.
Okay, so there was a lot of people upset about the Whistledown reveal. I was not one of them.
You mean in terms of like her speech and how it all happened?
Well, I'm assuming
like,
when the queen, when the queen is like, come over here
come
and say
forth,
your piece.
come forth.
Yeah. Unless there's another section of the Whistledown part that people weren't too happy with. Like book followers, like I feel still is like, this ain't it.
Because remember, correct me if I'm wrong, book readers, but they said that Lady Whistledown was actually revealed to Colin before he proposed.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. There's some discrepancies, and I don't even know how the reveal came out in the book. Like,
let us know in the comments how that happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I am curious about that. Kat D, I do have a question. Do you think that the muted colors were because this was more of Pen's POV and how she sees the world? You know what? That's a very good question.
I like your eye.
I do too, because I didn't think about that in terms of no.
Because colors is the thing that you normally pull my coattails on and be like, you notice this palette's a little off.
But I mean, in terms of like thinking of it as through the eyes of someone else, I didn't think about that, which is brilliant because Pen is the wallflower. She's very like, reserved. So I'm sure that those colors, and her view has been more muted of life and just in general duty, love, all that. That's a very good.
I can see that. Well, there's that very first episode of the second part, episode 5, and it was obvious that they just turned the saturation like all the way down, and everything just seemed really bland and tasteless. And you had brought that up, and you're like, "Oh, what is going on?" And they never really got back to the vibrancy of seasons 1 and 2.
I think like kind of near the end of the season.
The Bridgerton blue seemed a little bit duller, even towards the end to me.
Well, the Bridgerton blue is always like baby blue. It's like very muted.
Right. But here's where you can really see it is the Featheringtons. Featheringtons are they have the craziest, wildest, weirdest
the orange
dresses.
And purple, yeah.
But they didn't seem nowhere near as crazy and as wild.
Well, I think that's because they had some money this season.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so they were able to go back to the seamstress and kind of get some nicer fabrics and things like that.
Yeah.
So I think they had more selection because they had more money.
Well, Kat D, I think that is a very, very good question. I'm gonna go ahead and give you some applause for that, just because paying attention a little bit more to than just the plot and characters, even though it's super easy.
Yeah, and
that's what we're here for.
I did not see that, and I think that's quite possible. So I think that's a brilliant suggestion. Go ahead. I'm not sure.
I'm just gonna click it right there.
Okay. Oh, you said click it here?
Yep.
I am clicking. Oh, it's here.
Yeah,
it's over here.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh,
Monique 69. The queen of the town at the moment.
Welcome.
I don't know where. I don't know where that accent came from.
Welcome to the town. Yes. Thank you so much for your kind super chat. Monique 69 Ways Johnson said, for me, it felt like it was their last season, the way they were trying to tell everyone's story. Pollen is my least favorite couple story. Is 7. You know we don't do 7s. I was just over here singing. You still get some applause because you did a super chat. Listen, you can say 7 all you want with a super chat. But Pollen, Pollen was the least favorite out of all the couples of all of that. Like, come on, like the carriage scene was kind of they was rocking the carriage. The little like okay, somebody in the comments had said earlier, like when they got to the house and they were on the little psychiatrist's chair, the chase.
Yeah.
They really cracked the chase. Like they was going at it. Like they was like, no, this ain't acting. We gonna really come in here. Let me feel this.
Here's the thing. I feel like because here's what it is for me, I think. Okay. Because we knew both characters ahead of time, there was no like fire. Like, when Kate and Edwina came on the scene, it was like, oh, we don't know who this is. She's a beautiful woman. She got these beautiful colors on. She come, with her mama and the younger sister and and then so it was like, oh, I'm learning about somebody new, and it was more intriguing. Yeah. Even in the first season, Simon showed up on the scene and we were like, oh, he is not from the town.
Nah, he's like, he came in there and was like, y'all not like us.
Exactly. And so then you got Penelope and Colin, who have known each other for their entire lives, and it's not so interesting sometimes. To some, I could say
so that would be a good reason. Boring just because we're just too familiar with the characters.
Yeah, and it was a friendship that developed into a love story versus like just the out the box, just passionate.
Right.
Come get some love.
Could you have used more sex scenes? more scenes of intimacy, because we had two or three if you count like the when they were in the streets.
Oh, and the last season when they were actually already married, and she was
so it was 4.
Cowboy and
okay. No, you're right. It was 4.
Yeah, so no, for me, it's not about the sex. It's about the love chemistry. And the passion. No, chemistry.
Okay. I guess I'm asking this more for Monique and your 7. Monique over here dropping 7s. No 7s in the chat. No, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That was awesome. There's so many. I don't know if you see some that stand out for you, because I just let's see. Kelly Franklin, Eloise did come around for Penn. She deserves credit for that. Yeah, and that's what I had said too. So I definitely agree with that. How do you feel about Eloise? Because I know, there were some things that she did this season that you didn't quite agree with, but are you still a fan? Do you think she's,
to me, it was a hypocrisy of screaming out, you're lying and you're keeping things, and she still didn't tell the truth to her own brother. If she was, a woman of good standing of her word, she would have immediately told Colin, like, listen, it's not what you think.
Yeah.
In order for you to commit to something that you may not be able to get out of, that should have been the big thing. Like, we've already seen how Whistledown was able to drag the names down of prominent people. You already got your family name drug, and you about to marry into this. Nah, she should have told off the giddy up.
Yeah, I think so too, because for me, like, if you know that she's going to use it and that it's going to be like an ill will towards your family, or in your family's name, like, it's going to bring you down in society. Like, why would you not tell your brother before he got into deep? Oh, that was a good movie. Omar Epps.
Who you dating?
But anyway, I am.
Let's see.
Here we go. There's another Kelly Franklin. Sorry, I just clicked that one. I believe in a Cressida redemption arc. Eloise flaked this season.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm over here. It's a little hot in here, so I got some sweaty piss going on. The sweaty piss. Listen. I know Cressida rubs everybody the wrong way. That's what she's supposed to do. But Cressida, I think, had one of the better arcs that I've seen for a bad person, because we've seen her. She's vaguely familiar in season 1 and 2. Vaguely familiar. She's off in the corner.
She's over being
well, now I'm not even gonna say vaguely familiar. She's just being mean. She's a jerk. She's an asshole.
Yeah.
And we hate her.
Yeah.
I didn't like her season 1. I didn't like her season 2. But it wasn't until we got a chance to look behind the curtain and see how her family treats her to be like, oh, you're a bully because, you're kind of getting bullied at home by your dad. Kind of getting bullied because you can't, have the freedom to be and do what you want. You're kind of being a bully just because, your environment is kind of like dictating that. Go ahead. No, I'm wrong.
No. I mean, I agree that people, when you experience things at home, I agree that it affects like how you treat other people. Right. I do agree with that. I don't think that it gives anyone an excuse to be cruel.
No. Yeah. I'm not giving. I'm never giving excuses for actions. I'm just giving a why behind her actions.
Yeah.
But I think that's the cool thing about Eloise. Eloise saw her. And it was like, I'm gonna listen to you. And even Cressida was like, you're one of the few people that's actually even talked to me.
Yeah.
And then when you find out that she's about to be shipped off. Now, I know there's a lot of folks that like are absolutely giving the middle finger to her. But if you're about to be shipped off to a place that's in the middle of nowhere, married to like some 70, 80 plus year old man and dropping 5+ babies, or getting handed off to your auntie, and you have like no fighting say into it, like, you can't tell me that you don't feel her pain. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Like, none of that rings as like, dang, that's kind of messed up.
Well, the funny thing is, and I'm going to play devil's advocate, like some of the people in the comments, which is very true. Like, why is it that you're so willing to be like, oh, poor Cressida, and for her plight to be like this wonderful thing, and then Penelope, who literally her mother barely speaks to her, her sisters think she's, not the best thing in the world.
Right.
So what is it that makes them different? That
it's
you're
a couple
like,
of things.
Okay.
It's a few. One, it's a newness factor. We've just got some new information on Cressida. So it's like, okay, let me focus on that. We've had Penn for 3 seasons now. So we already know what she's about.
Yeah.
I had it lined up in my head. What was the other thing? Oh, the other thing is Penn is our star. Just like when I had the issues with Kate, to me, Kate was the star of season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Penelope is the star of season 3. You gonna get that spotlight.
Yeah.
I see you in more. I see you more times than I see most other people within the series. So yeah, I'm gonna shine that light on you. Pen is the redemption arc that I'm looking for. Cressida is the redemption arc that I didn't see coming and that I was kind of looking forward to. Cressida is just more of a surprise, if that makes sense.
I could see that.
Does that make sense to y'all? I know y'all still like off with his head.
Wait, here we go. Let's see what this is.
Like seven reasons why you're wrong.
Mrs. Happy-Go-Lucky. Cressida arc was useless. If you were going to give her a redemption arc, they should have stuck to it.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like the way they closed her out was horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. I thought they was going to do something kind of cool. Instead, they were like, we'll just throw her in the carriage and just send her off into the country.
Yeah,
I was like, what a wasted opportunity, because I think she's a great antagonist. You name me a better antagonist this season than Cressida.
But here's the thing, though. No, I think what it is, like a lot of people are saying in the comments right now, like there were so many plots. It was like you can't close all of them.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you can't resolve every single thing.
No, and then they gave us a couple new ones at the very end.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So now we're like, okay, where do we go with this? And I feel like because of the ending the way it was, and there's so much more to come, like with the books and just different seasons and all of that. Like, I think maybe they're not sure which one they want to do next. So they're like, well, let's just throw it all out there. And then whichever one comes up, at least they'll have a little bit of their stories. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I could think of with that.
I feel for
you and this Cressida.
I want her to be free. Cressida, give us that free.
Cressida about to get a throat chop up in this piece. They about to get a throat chop.
Well, I mean, the only other antagonist was the tax guy that was going to come and bury the Featheringtons, and he was kind of. He came in and kind of dipped out.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Klaus Just said, in Russia, many people did not like the character of Penelope, her impunity. Let's speak on that.
Well, I don't know. I would love to hear more because I'm not sure, what exactly they're referring to. So,
for me, it's to me, she kind of felt like a woe is me type of person after she made this mess that she created herself. To me, and it's like, how are you gonna sit there and act like you're this victim? Nobody forced you to put the pen in your hand. You chose this.
I agree.
And you chose to drag people's names. Yes, I know it's TMZ in this area,
in the con.
Right?
Yeah.
And yes, people are going to do this, even if she doesn't. Are going, people are going to gossip. But just because other people do it doesn't mean that it's right for her to do it. Like, two wrongs just don't make a right. Like,
I agree.
It's she's ruining some people's lives, and people just want to pretend like they don't see that, and then people all of a sudden want to be like, "Woe is her." I'm like, no, that's not right. That's not cool.
And a lot of the times, what I do is I'm playing, some of the parts of the people in the comments as far as like what is said to play devil's advocate. But a lot of people were saying that, she's just telling truths. Like, even though it's gossip, she's telling truths. So that makes it right to put it all on blast. Or like other people in the ton are gossiping as well. No. They're just not writing it down and putting it out.
Two wrongs don't make it right. Let's say you're at a family reunion picnic, and here comes drunk Uncle Eddie. Mm-hmm. Is it right for you to shout out that Uncle Eddie is drunk to people all over the place? Everybody in the picnic be like, "Hey, Uncle Eddie's a drunk. Uncle Eddie's drunk." Like there's truths, but then there's a decency about going about people that you love and care about. And she drugged people that she loved and cared about, much less people that she didn't know.
I agree.
Just because it is a truth doesn't mean it needs to be shouted out from the mountaintops. Oh, no. That is still wrong.
I agree.
Regardless of it being true.
Yeah, you know how I feel. Yeah. I'm just playing devil's advocate because I like to get you riled up. Oh. You like a little drama. Tracy Jean, I feel the Mondrich storyline was meant to show us what could happen to the Featheringtons. The family estates would go to someone nobody knows, and the Ton would just accept the new family. That makes sense to me.
Well, it raises the stakes.
Yeah,
you need some high stakes. You need something bad to happen. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, it would be kind of interesting to see a family fall. To see somebody in the Ton like lose their status and be driven to obscurity.
Well, that's what she's saying in terms of like, the Featheringtons were on the verge of that.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool that they were able to see that Tracy Jane was able to see that maybe, that's what the Mondriches might have been for.
Yeah.
To show, because if the Featheringtons didn't have that heir before all this other stuff happened, they would have been out.
But you know what? I would have liked to see an example of that. Like a perfect example of in season 2 was Kate's mom, when we got to see an example of what it looks like to choose love and it doesn't go right. It doesn't turn around. So it's like, ooh, dang, when it goes bad, it goes really bad. I think if they had a family that kind of like went down and disappeared, which could be Will's family for all we know, that could add some more like stakes.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Go ahead.
Jess Sam said, hey, thank you. Jess Sam said, I love Penn, but thought her pairing with Colin was weak and uninspiring. He's not giving what needs to be given. He's not on her level. For me, sorry. I think Penn is way smarter than him. I think she's way more talented than he is. But it's also a sign of the time too, that you don't have to be wildly talented or gifted. You just need to be rich. And I think that's what Colin is. Colin is just the rich, eligible bachelor who may not have all the extra stuff needed to make a good romance, but you're playing for money. Like these are business decisions being made, during the season.
Well, not Penn and Colin.
Oh yeah, Colin had got a rich house.
But that's not why Penelope loves him.
No.
Okay, I don't understand what you're saying then.
Oh, okay. Maybe. Oh, you know what? I'm talking about something else.
Oh,
Never mind.
Okay.
Let me read that again.
Okay.
I love Penn, but thought her pairing with Colin was weak and uninspiring. Was it because it was too easy? Because she was a girl across the street? Is that what's uninspiring about it?
I don't know.
I'm curious. He's not giving what needed to be given. I think he adores her.
No, but initially he was not. Remember, at first he was like, "Oh man, watch out, you little homie down the block." Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So for you to do all of that and then all of a sudden, you fall in love or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think he's really on her level in that regard either.
But when it comes to like building a family name and bringing wealth and prosperity, he's definitely worthy. He's absolutely worthy. He's overly worthy, actually.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, but if we're talking about a love story, I don't think that he's on her level.
Okay.
Love story wise.
Okay.
Yeah. Here you go. Let's
see.
Please forgive me if I mispronounce this. Imaginon.
Yeah, Imaginon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Colin did follow her in the book and discovered she was Whistledown, and it was before the proposal.
I wonder how that went down.
I do too. Doesn't it make you curious, like how they were able to kind of like finagle that in the book, in the story?
Probably for the sake of speed. They probably had to just move stuff up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Let me see. Let's keep going down. Get some more of these questions going.
Oh, is this?
No, we
That's the same. That's the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Here's a question. Sam S., thank you so much for joining us. Do you think that Cressida and Penelope are two sides of the same coin? They both experience a poor home life and bully others in their own way.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, actually. Yeah, that's really insightful, actually. Yeah, Cressida does it with her mouth and out in the open by belittling people. And Penelope does it with her pen. Yeah, and for the exact same reasons.
Yeah, I think it's
wow. You're actually thank you for that bullet that I'm gonna put back in this gun of we rooting for Cressida so I can fire off these shots. No, thank you, Sam S.
I'm not gonna no.
You're gonna get some applause for that.
We ain't doing no guns, homie.
I didn't even consider that.
I didn't like it because they have very similar home lives as far as like being extremely sheltered and
well, Pen's not about to get shipped off though.
No, she didn't say that.
No.
Yeah.
I think the stakes are higher for Cressida than they are for Penn, for being truthful. Because Penn can do what she's always done, be a wallflower and disappear and then continue on as a wallflower. Cressida has to take action because if she does not get her husband, then it's going to be bad for the family.
Yeah,
and
but
she's going to get shipped off to her aunt's house.
I think they're just referring to the fact that Cressida was a bully, mean person in person. Mm-hmm. To the people and the other young people and girls at the seasons and on balls and all that stuff. And then but Penelope does it with the pen. Yeah. So I feel like they're trying to be seen and heard by being cruel, because that's the only way that they know how to be.
And I'm gonna give you some more applause just because that was a bar you dropped. I like that.
Wait, look what Hunting Violet said to you. 7s are lucky.
Not on the street. A coward takes 7.
Not talking about cowardice. You're killing me with this cowardness. Let's see. Tiana Skorik, thank you for your comment and for joining us this evening. Colin is boring, but Penn is more interesting.
I think Colin got boring as we got to the halfway point of the season. I thought Colin was interesting in the first half of the 3rd season.
I think Colin's story would be more interesting if we knew more about his travels. I felt like in that book there's probably some.
So if he was like a man whore, you'd have been all good. That would have been
a man whore. I said if we knew about his travels, we don't know what he did on his travels in terms of.
Give me an example.
Like, he was in Paris. Remember in his
book? That's what I'm saying. He was out there in them streets.
He was traveling and gaining knowledge of himself and learning about life.
Boo.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we got Heather M. Definitely needed more intimate scenes.
See, so 4 wasn't enough. I wonder what the intimacy count is per season.
That's a good question.
Yeah. I still feel like nothing's going to be season 1, but then again, I haven't seen season 1 in so long, and I might.
Yeah, it's been a good minute. Yeah, I'm like, it's been a very, very good minute. Kat D, I know people said it went quick, but they were being fleshed out since season.
Probably season
1 to me.
Yeah, it was a slow pace. I'm curious. Regarding like what the expectations for season 4 are going to be, like who the love interests are going to be.
I'm so curious. I want to know. Who do you want? Who do you want it to be? Not who do you think it would be, but who do you want it to be?
What's his name? John and Francesca. I'm curious as what's going to happen in Scotland, because it's going to be the 3 of them: Sam, Francesca, and Eloise. And we saw the way
the cousin
Francesca was looking at the cousin. So I want all of that spice, all of that.
Well, and the crazy thing is, there's a couple of spoilers in the comments. I don't really.
I've been trying to avoid those.
Me too, but I'm not going to give them, and I don't really know what they meant.
Okay,
but that might be an interesting story to follow.
Yeah.
But then, are they going to be in Scotland, or is it going to be when they come back?
Well, I feel like they're going to do kind of like what they did with Colin. And then the next season is them coming back from Scotland, and then it's going to be like a real quiet carriage ride.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're going to start it off like, oh my gosh, what did you learn and everything? And Eloise will be like, I'm going to talk about it over here. Let me see.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I want to see either, I think my Benedict and Lady Arnold would be pretty entertaining. Or Violet and Marcus. That's the either Violet and Marcus or Benedict and Lady Arnold.
I could use some Violet and Marcus. Just give the old heads some love. Hold on a second. Click this right here.
Okay.
This is shout out to Noob from DeVille, who said, I like Lady Whistledown. She was TMZ, but she didn't lie. I have an issue with this. Because if you are running a gossip column, you are getting secondhand information. You're not getting the primary source. Like, she's there to listen to some of it. But if I remember right, when they talked about how Lady Whistledown, while she was gathering some of her information, she was over listening to what some of the maids were saying.
Just
some
other
of the
people.
garden keepers were saying.
Yeah.
It's just gossip. Just because you're writing gossip and it's coming from your pen doesn't necessarily mean it's true. Like, is she vetting every single person that's in here? So that whole thing of like she never lied. No, I wouldn't say that, because you have no idea where the sources are, who's getting this information. All right, that was just a quick little.
No, that's all right. No, I get that. I agree with that one. Hunting Violets. Eloise was stuck in an impossible position between Penelope and Colin.
No.
I agree, and I'm sure we're going to say the same thing. Mm-mm. Would you like to say it, or do you want me to say it? For me personally, and I do have a brother. Mm-hmm. If it is my brother, that takes precedent over any friend, acquaintance that I have.
And I'll do you one even better. It's not just your brother; it's your family's name.
Yeah, but it's my brother.
Yeah,
first and foremost.
No, it's not. It wasn't an impossible position at all. That was a choice that she took, because I don't think she wanted to have to deal with disappointing people that she loves. That's just a very human thing that she did. But her back wasn't against the wall on that.
Yeah. Oh, and then Hunting Violets also said kind of like what you said.
She never fact checked.
Yeah, she never fact checked
that part.
Yeah, she never did. That's Truth. Athena 509, thank you for joining us and for your comment. Season 3 is my fave season by far, but I definitely wanted more pollen. They were so good together. I wanted more.
Yeah, it wasn't until we started getting some of the comments where people were disappointed in their love story that I didn't even really notice it. That it was bad.
Oh,
yeah, that there was problems.
That there was problems in the story?
Well, problems with them like either getting enough screen time or them having enough chemistry, or maybe even Colin being worthy of Penelope. I just kind of like took it around with it. Which is crazy because when we were talking about season 2, it was always about Kate and oh my gosh,
Anthony.
and Ant. And them, we have tons of stuff for the both of them. But on this one, not so much. So it does make me think like maybe there wasn't enough spice. Because if we didn't comment on it, about the spice of their outside of the carriage rocking scene, we were just like, oh, it's kind of like them.
Well, yeah. I remember, like I said, I didn't have that because we've known them forever. And I didn't have that excitement of a new person coming in and, alluring and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why I don't know. That's my take on it.
I kind of want to go off the beaten path for a second. I kind of want to talk about, am I the only one are we the only one that felt like the Will storyline is completely useless?
Oh, remember we just talked about that a little bit, but I'm curious to see what other people say too.
Like let us know in the comments how you feel about the Will storyline, because there seemed like a lot of opportunities to kind of get stuff done. Maybe, how his business affects the ton directly. There was a little bit with his wife when she blew the mind of the queen.
Mm-hmm.
And then next thing you know, they were just like planning like dinner dates and luncheons after that. Nothing really came out of that. We don't really see the kid that much. It feels so misplaced. Me and Mikel-Claire have said a few times, like, if you can have the story and that character not being in it doesn't change anything, then was that character even necessary to begin with?
I agree with that.
The Bridgerton storyline goes on just fine without Will and their family, and that's disappointing because, I'm not gonna lie, I do have a little bias. I do like seeing people that look like me on the show, and I was kind of rooting for it. It was like, oh man, okay, well, we got another brother and they family, see what this black family can do, and it's just nothing. That was just disappointing.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm curious to see too, because we did have the one comment earlier about it being like a kind of like an example if the Featheringtons were to demise, and then how other people could get their inherit their stuff. And
but on the flip side, Marcus had all the interest. Like Marcus was awesome.
Oh, I love Marcus. I love Marcus.
Yeah.
Kat D, Lady Danbury was raised by a bad father, but she's not cruel, so I think cruelty is a choice. Saying about like how Cressida, you were saying that Cressida was raised by the cruel father. And
well, I mean, Lady Danbury had a moment this season that was disappointing for me. And we could talk about that regarding her keeping a grudge over the decision of a 10-year-old boy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's disappointing. And you know how much we fan out over Lady Danbury.
Oh, we got a lot. Okay.
You all in the chat, let us know how you felt about that. That, to me, sounds very petty. But you brought up something that carried a lot of weight. Express on that regarding.
Oh, yeah. So what I was saying was, like, at the time, she was 10. I mean, he was 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then apparently in a lot of the comments, Lady Danbury was either like 14, 15, 13, 14. So to me, with the father being gone now, I feel like there's nobody else to blame. And she has no other family than to blame her brother. So, I mean, when you have all of this hurt and blame and anger, and it's displaced, like, where are you supposed to put it if there's nobody else to blame? And so he was the only one that was also around during that time that could have possibly done something. So that's my opinion.
And even that, I think that's a good and valid point.
Mm-hmm.
I do. But, like, Lady Danbury's got to be what, her late 50s, early 60s?
Yeah, Lady Danbury.
Yeah, like, you got to get over that. By that time, like, you're talking about 50 years, I mean, possibly 40 years have passed. And you're still holding on to the idea of a 10-year-old boy doing you wrong. That just, to me, it just seems out of Lady Danbury's character. She seems wiser than that moment.
There is, and this is real talk.
Okay.
There is no statute of limitations on trauma.
Okay.
Whatsoever.
Hey, you.
Yeah. I'm like, there's no statute of limitations. If it's not something that she's dealt with and he shows up, you know what I mean? He just shows up out of the blue, and that's like re-traumatizing.
But a 10-year-old?
No, that's still re-traumatized. Even if it's not, like I said, that is misplaced anger. If she's re-traumatized in that moment and he pops up as the only person that was there during that time period, then of course it's going to be like, you know, fresh and new, and the anger is going to be there. And who else is she supposed to blame?
I guess.
I mean, but I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying, though.
It's like, it really is in the same role of being mad at somebody who's like 5 years old. It's the same realm. It's like, why would you ever be mad at a 5-year-old? Why would you ever be mad? Like, if they're at an age of reason, maybe. But I'm gonna get off that horse. Let's answer some more questions. So.
Okay. Jerry McCormick, I love y'all.
Hey.
Just subscribe. Gotta support my sword. Thanks for wearing the AKA shirt the other day. That's right.
Thank you so much
for supporting the channel. We appreciate you. We love you. Sorry. Would you point something?
Go ahead.
Edie, I felt like we didn't get to see both Kate Colin navigate their complex emotions in the same way Anthony Penn did. At least Simon got flashbacks. Colin felt like cardboard in favor of Penn's growth.
I can agree with that. Yeah. I definitely do think Colin took a back seat in order to focus on Penn's overcoming. She had a lot to overcome.
Yeah.
And there's just not enough screen time.
Yeah. You know? Well, and we didn't get any backstory for Kate in terms of like any screen backstory for her. Like they would tell stories about you know, her dad and her, you know, mom and all that stuff. But we have no idea really anything about it.
Well, here's a question. Would you Bridgerton's 8 seasons, is this one of those shows that need like
8 seasons?
Excuse me, 8 episodes.
Oh, okay.
Is this one of those shows that need like an additional 2 more episodes to kind of flesh things out? Should this be like a 10 episode per season kind of thing?
I don't think so necessarily.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like the 8 seasons was enough for this. The 8 episodes was enough for this season. Even though there's more to tell, I feel like there's almost always going to be more to tell because there's more books.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's only so much that you can do. So why just like, you know, drag it out for the sake of dragging out when you could just have a whole new season?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can roll with that.
This is hilarious. This is hilarious to me. L. Robinson, this is hilarious. You want to read it?
The neck was a distraction for me. Yeah, like she did. Look, what do they call the pellet, the flamingo? She had like a flamingo.
Oh yeah, I was thinking more giraffe myself.
Oh.
But yeah,
but it went well with the way that they dressed her.
Yeah,
you know, it kind of emphasized her.
She had like
a bird-like kind of thing.
Yeah, but they accentuated her neck, and that is why it was a distraction. Let me tell you what somebody else said in the comments about
Between that, her damn shoulder.
Wait, her skirts and dresses she wore on her shoulder.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
No, let me tell you what somebody said in the comments that had me dying laughing when they were talking about the. Remember when she had the bow? The hair bow that was like made out of hair. Yeah, somebody was talking about how like Patti LaBelle would have definitely had been wearing them hairstyles. So that was like that part.
Yeah, I feel that.
That part. That was hilarious to me. But L. Robinson, that neck was stretched. It was stretched.
Hey, she was stretching for her life.
Oh, Newport Cobra Kai is in the building.
Go ahead.
I feel Cressida's anguish and desperation, but have zero empathy for her in terms of how she went about everything. Yeah. She painted herself into a corner and no one would show up for her.
That's why I feel bad for her. Nobody showed up for her. Who had Cressida's back? Nobody.
Whose back did Cressida have?
Nobody.
Exactly. So why should anybody have her back?
Her mama had her back.
For 2 seconds?
Yeah, and then threw her to the wolves again.
That's because her daddy was like, nah, you.
All right.
But anyway.
You going.
Okay, here we go. Athena 509. I don't even like Cressida, but the way Eloise did her in part 2 was crazy. Mm-hmm. But when the only thing your ops have in common is their hatred of you, it's always going to be doomed to fail.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, like Eloise really did like throw her to the wind, like, and I'm done playing with this toy.
Yeah. I mean, you know, she did black about her brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love how Cressida was like, nah. Have my money tonight. And I'm going to double it. I was like, hell yeah, Cressida.
Maybe trying to be.
Colin really did come in there like trying to big body, like
Colin was trying
this
to
is
be
how
like,
it's going to be. Cressida was like,
you? How dare
you
you?
got me all the way confused.
Yeah.
I want my money tonight.
Yeah, this is interesting. Look, Payday. We hold protagonists to a higher standard.
Yes,
I agree.
Yes.
And I feel like so many people did not understand that.
Yes, that part. Yeah. That goes for Kate. Yeah. That goes for Penelope. Yeah. They're who we came to see. That's why you hold them to a higher standard.
I'm with you on that. And that's why,
you get one more applause because speak them true.
Wait, I feel like...
Welcome to the tongue.
Welcome to the tongue. Welcome to the tongue, Payday. You have acquired your position in the tongue. Secured your position in the tongue. Where you got? What you want?
Oh, we've gone so far. Go ahead.
Oh, Stabby? Cressida's potential future with old fella way more horrific to me than Pen taking care of her mom, even if she was nasty to her.
That's what I'm saying. Like the stakes were higher. That's what I was saying about the stakes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's why. Yeah.
Let's scroll a little bit deeper down.
Okay, go ahead. You tell me. Yeah, tell me where we are. Here, I don't know. You pick. Yeah, pick some.
Go ahead. Keep the conversation.
Oh no, just pick some. Yeah, because there's so much stuff. Because I know you had asked a couple questions about the Mondriches.
Yeah. Okay, let's skip some of these Cressida questions real quick.
You just put that on the thing already.
From Janet A. Mills, who said, I warmed up to Cressida as a needed spark in the season. I agree with that. I was pulling for Cressida and Lord Debling. I
would have liked them together too. I'm not gonna lie. Because I felt like she could have.
Hold on, Debling was the naturalist, right? Yeah. I thought that's how that was gonna go.
Yeah, I kind of was hoping for that too, especially after Penelope and him didn't work out. I was like, oh, so he just disappeared and that wasn't even a thing?
Okay. Anthem 509 said Penelope played Woe Is Me, or Penelope fans said that. You're confusing what went on in the comments with what happened on the show. Okay, all right, I'll take that. I don't mind being proven wrong. Maybe I am confusing that.
Do you think Penelope played Woe Is Me?
Yeah, a little bit, because she had that whole monologue about how difficult it is for someone in her position to be their true self. Yeah, but it's like, well, you did that to yourself.
Oh, so, I see what you're saying.
I absolutely believe that she played Woe Is Me.
I see what you're saying.
But I respect the comment from Athena. Thank you for that.
Oh yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Let's see. She weaponized the truth in order to inflict pain. Yes, that's what we're talking about regarding Penelope.
Absolutely, Kelly Franklin.
Let me see how far down do we go? Because I'm gonna.
There's a lot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was just trying to.
Let me see. Sorry, sorry everybody. We are trying to address as many questions as we possibly can. If there is something that you really needed to say. Please hit us with that super chat, and then we'll address it super quick. Just a big shout out. This is my old college roommate, Derek A. Said, "I'm not here." I just want to give a shout out to him.
I'm not here.
Yeah. I don't know. This is from Athena 509. Said, "Penn didn't do anything wrong as Lady Whistledown.
Didn't only do wrong
as Lady Whistledown. She's the one who named Daphne the diamond of the season." Penn expressed Lord Burt Brooks saving Daphne from marrying him. She prevented Colin from getting cuckold. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that out loud. But okay. All right. I'm with that. I'm not saying that, everything that came out of her pen was horrible, but she did have some bad side effects.
Absolutely.
This is from Tahana Skorik, who said, agreed. Will's storyline is useless unless they're setting something up for later on the season. I'm happy that we got a chance to address some of the Will stuff. It was just disappointing. We just needed a little bit, just more, or to connect the dots, or at least connect to the Bridgerton family themselves. Yeah. Kat D said the same thing. I think Will's storyline fell flat.
Look at Kim right there.
Kim said, hello, everyone. I absolutely hated this season. Wow.
I'm curious to hear more about that, like the reasoning as to why. Oh, no, there was this one. Tasha.
This is from Tasha Unspoken. Can you grab that one? I need some water.
Yeah, Tasha Unspoken. Thank you for your comment. The Mondrich's story was completely useless. I think they just needed to show a positive Black couple because the show gets backlash for always having the Black people struggle.
Well, it does feel that way. As much as I want to disagree with that, she feels right.
But the thing is,
it feels forced.
But I'm trying to figure out who struggled, though. The queen herself is a woman of color. So who's struggling?
Well,
Simon didn't struggle. Lady Danvers sure as heck don't struggle. So give me an example of a struggling person.
I can't, because every example you gave just kind of disproves that.
Yeah, so that's why, because I always recognize people of color. So I'm just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out who was struggling.
I have to kind of like chew on that a little bit, Tasha.
Yeah.
But thank you for the comments, Tasha.
Absolutely. There's more wills. All those are wills.
Let me see. This is from Edie, who said, I play devil's advocate. Eloise knew revealing the truth could have ended in a broken engagement, ruined Pen's prospects forever, and big issues with the queen. I think there are a lot of political risks. Yeah, there are policies does play a very big role in this.
Okay. Noop from DeVille.
Big Noop, who said, I think they set the Will Mondrick story up for a later payoff, but didn't do anything worthwhile with it this season, so we would even care later. Yeah, but they did that. That was the excuse we had for season 2 as well. You can't have back-to-back setups. That just takes too long. Thank you so much for the comment. But I do agree that they are maybe possibly trying to set something up, but 2 seasons worth?
Yeah.
Let's see. Lady Danbury and Marcus should have had a talk. They did.
Yeah.
They did. They chopped it up, and she told him about the trauma, about him being the reason why he couldn't, why she couldn't be free.
Why she got caught.
Yeah, why she got caught.
Yeah. They had a whole conversation.
Yeah. Heather M said he was a child. I couldn't agree more.
That part.
Will you be doing? Oh, no, the boys content on this one. But thank you for that. For at least bopping in here with the chat. Let's see. Yeah, Candy, you have a talk. Wow, you guys are, or it's an embarrassment of riches. Kelly Franklin said, in returns, I had asked, is 8 episodes enough regarding just not enough backstory? And I had asked, is 10 enough? And 10 episodes is good from Kelly Franklin. Thank you so much. Always shine. Always shine, sunshine.
I always shine.
Always shine. Thank you. Let's see. Heather M also said there needed to be more episodes. Shout out to Cressida's shoulders.
Oh goodness, Cressida's shoulders they were floofy. Poopy.
This is from Rowan Moygay. It's upsetting. It's upsetting that the season focused so much on side characters, perhaps to give premise to the next season, but it made Colin's character a little bland. Colin is a complex character too. We didn't really get a chance to jump into it. There would have been a great opportunity to see some of those complexities by reading more. Maybe if Penn read more of his diary out loud, maybe we could have seen some more complex things.
Yeah, or heard more about his travels.
I felt like a little bit of a waste opportunity. This is a big shoe. This is from Robert Wilson. The new showrunner obviously doesn't really know what she is doing. There were some comments in saying that they did change showrunners as compared from season 2. Things do change, and you do have a new showrunner. That there could be something to that. Not sure. Here's one. Kat D said, do you think that Lady Violet and Lady Featherington should let their daughters know more of what to expect for married life? I feel like they are so lost. But this kind of ties into that comment in season 2 when we were talking about, does Kate's sister know anything about sex and the marital duties of that whole thing? Like, that's just not one of those things that's talked about in polite society.
Well, I don't know if she's referring to sex, because she just says,
well, just in general,
knows more of what to expect from married life. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know why they don't talk about that, because even in this episode, when Lady Featherington was talking to Penelope about her raising daughters and not really knowing how to share certain information with them in terms of like how to be you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wonder where that gets lost, and then who has that obligation to kind of share that, and if they only share like when someone is in that situation.
Well, Violet is a perfect example of, like, she had a hard time tending her own garden and had to ask Lady Danbury how to do it. So, I'm sure the rest of her daughters are probably lacking in experience.
I think that was just more of because she had only known one man, and she didn't know what, like, maybe she just doesn't know what comes of something after somebody is a widow. Okay. Like, what do you do with that? Like, you're supposed to be married, you don't get divorced, but if you're a widow, like, can you pursue other relationships? Can you, sleep with other men, all that kind of stuff?
Let's see. Obi Cat said, I think the mothers not explaining things to their daughters is a generational thing. Some things the mothers are too embarrassed to say.
I agree with that. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
Big, huge shout out to Aaron Johnson, who said, I'm tired of 8 episodes, period. Should be 10 to 12 minimum. I love the season, but since they're trying to fit all them stories in like a soap opera, we need at least 10 90-minute episodes. That's
Aaron Johnson, just quick question. Is that Red Rocks? I'm just curious. Is that Red Rocks? It looks like in your picture. It looks like
these Coloradoans be.
Yeah.
Let me see. There's rumors that Cressida might be Benedict's love interest, so that might be why she got way too much screen time in this season. Do you think she got too much screen time?
Like real life, like the actors?
Oh,
is that what we're saying?
No.
Oh,
hey, no. Really?
But why would? Because there's no.
No,
other...
I don't think they're talking about the characters.
Oh.
Because Benedict is next on deck, hopefully for next season.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
She weasels her way into some of that Bridgerton money. Oh man, that's gonna be high comedy.
Oh, read that one underneath. Yeah.
Kate is a person of color who struggled. Yeah. Yes, that's very true. She is a person of color that struggled.
Okay, Kate struggled, but where is she now?
Yeah, I mean,
did she really struggle? Like, where is she now?
She married the Lord.
Yeah, she came to the Danbury Castle, was riding horses.
I mean, look, we had this conversation too. Like, let's also be real too. Like, we're talking about the wealthiest of people. Like, nobody's really technically struggling.
Like her mama and her sister all came over from India.
We're talking about the wealthiest 1% of the 1% of the globe.
Yeah.
And we're kind of just having fun with some of their issues. But nobody's really struggling.
Yeah, she struggled a little bit, but then, look at her now.
Matter of fact, Athena came with the clapbacks and said, Athena 519 said, Bridgerton is probably one of the few shows where Black folks are not struggling. Love that for us.
In the infamous words of Mikel-Claire, that part.
Shout out to Kim, said I did enjoy the season because not enough pin Colin, too much focus on side characters, wasting time on Colin's rack behavior in the beginning.
Truly more about Francesca's story just to be let down.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me see. What else you got? Wow, there's so many.
Keep going. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just keep going.
We're trying to catch up with everybody.
This is awesome, though. Thank you for all the comments and the questions.
Somebody came and corrected us and said, I know that actress. He's actually dating Pen's sister in real life. Oh, wow. Oh, yes, there's a lot of proof and things that point to Cressida being Sophie. Also, Shonda said she loves Cressida, so... I mean, I'm sure she's such a fun character to write because you get to sit there and just be mean on paper.
Well, you get to look at her neck and, create
hair bows. Neck.
I think you got a crush on Cressida.
No, I told you I love a good bad guy.
I think you got a crush on Cressida.
I love a good bad guy. Listen, let's talk about speaking of crushes. Let's talk about Violet and
Marcus
and Marcus.
Yeah. I love it.
What do you want to see out of that for season 3? Or what did you even have any expectations in? Excuse me. What do you expect to see from it in season 4?
Yeah.
And how did you feel about it in season 3?
Oh, I loved it. I feel like there was a part in there that really spoke true to me when she was explaining to, I think it was it Francesca that she was telling about when she met Edmund, how she got all tongue tied and she was like, like a little schoolgirl.
Yeah.
And then when Marcus came to call on her later, that day, and she was like, I think we can dance. I think we could dance together. I would love a dance. I think so I just think it's so cute. Like it's like the beginnings of love. And I really feel like that. You know how we were talking about chemistry and spark and like new person and like new passion. Like I felt that when he, came on the screen, which is why, like I said, I don't feel it with Penelope and Colin because we've known them for so long. Yeah. So I'm excited for it. And I can't wait to see. I want them to like date and just be happy and, frolic around, like dance around like little children in the town.
What is Anthony going to challenge him to a duel for his
Anthony is not going to be happy. We saw the way he was looking at them when they were at the dance, at the ball, excuse me. And he was not happy. And Kate was like, yo, we here now. Yeah. We got this little one in the oven.
So how did you feel about an interesting side of Anthony that we didn't see when he offered Kate the opportunity to give birth to their child in India.
What was the question? I'm sorry. I heard I heard what you.
So
how did I feel
Anthony,
about it?
Yeah. So Anthony was like, we've been living in high society. Let's go back to where you're from, and birth our child there. How did you feel about that?
I thought it was a beautiful thing to say and do. She's missing her sister. She's missing where she was raised. Mm-hmm. Probably people that look like her. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, and he wants their child to know both parts of them. Yeah. So I think that that's absolutely beautiful. I was surprised that someone would be that sacrificing. Yeah. But I thought it was a beautiful thing. Yeah. How did you feel?
Well, I thought that there was some missed opportunities to bring in Kate's heritage in season 2. We only had like a couple of small moments with the
turmeric wash.
Yeah, the turmeric wash. I do like her dresses because they do look like they hint towards some of
that culture.
Some of her culture with I forgot the term.
It's sari.
Sari. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Let us know if we're saying that incorrectly. So to make that big of a gesture on the show, it's like, okay, yeah, we do remember that she's not from here. Mm-hmm. And let's get back to kind of like her roots, because I think there's an interesting story to tell. Now, do I think that season 4 is going to pick up with them in India? Absolutely not.
No.
I
think that would be nice, but I don't think so.
Because she's so obviously there. It's like, let's recognize that.
Well, and they mentioned Edwina and her new husband, right, and how they're doing so well. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, well, maybe.
Let's see. Dr. Joy said, I'd love seeing Colin's reaction to Penn getting pregnant and their home life happiness when the stress of the past secrets and pride and insecurity simmered down and they supported each other's writing. Mm. Yeah, that would give a lot more breadth to Colin's character. Let's see. From a Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky said, 2 of the black characters in the show has bad things happen to them. I'm not saying anything because of the spoilers, but that's why they say they do have black characters wrong. Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you for not spoiling. I do appreciate that.
Let's see. Eddie said there are talks of a young Violet spinoff with Edmund. That intercuts the older Violet, but in romance with Marcus and exploring true love, grief, and new love. Yeah, I mean, we talked briefly about spinoffs before, and we said we wouldn't mind seeing like a Violet, Lady Danbury, kind of spinoff. That would be kind of fun to kind of watch, or maybe. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the only thing about that is like I'm so intrigued with Violet and Marcus now. I don't know if I'd want to see Violet and Edmund, to be honest with you. I know that sounds crazy.
Well, that's because we've seen Marcus actually do some stuff. We haven't really seen Edmund do a thing.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So I because I'm so intrigued with that story, I don't know how I would feel about going back and then going forward again with a new person. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't know. That's just, it would be interesting though. I definitely would watch it. Let's real talk.
Hunting Violet said, considering we heard in part 1 that Violet and Edmund were friends first, the tongue-tied story seems a little bit of a retcon in the same season. Okay. Yeah.
Depending on how old they were when they met. Because you can still be a little tongue-tied with, meeting a friend that's handsome.
Yeah, that's true. Peter 509 says, somebody tell Anthony that mama got to have a life too.
I mean, we get that. But as children and grown adults, we're still children, and it's hard to see somebody step to your mama.
All right. So the Queen is one of our favorite characters.
Absolutely.
How'd you feel about it this season? Does she ever have a season where she's just not Queen Bee?
I love Queen Charlotte. I'm not going to lie to you. Now, if she were my queen, I don't know how I feel about her. Because the faces she makes. And them comments she makes.
She definitely is. She's the queen of giving stank face.
Yeah,
boy. She be giving everybody
and
the
she be quick
face.
to call out your ball or your dress or whatever. If it ain't up to par, she'll tell you how bored she is. So
yeah.
But I don't know. Here's my thing. I love her to death.
Right.
But how do you feel about the fact that she is so concerned with the power of Lady Whistledown?
Yeah, it's her Achilles heel. You know how everybody's flawed, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's her in the Bridgerton verse, not the Queen Charlotte verse.
Yeah.
In the Bridgerton verse, that is her thing. That is her Achilles heel. So it's kind of fun. I think that's what made that moment when Lady Danbury told her, was like, she pretty much was saying like, if you continue down this path, you're kind of giving your fun away.
Yeah, you're gonna be bored.
Yeah, you're gonna be bored in tears.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, let me kind of reconsider with that.
Yeah. I agree.
I would love to see a continuation of Queen Charlotte, but there's nothing really else to add.
Yeah.
It would be forced.
Do Kim right there that I paid no attention. Yeah.
Okay. Kim said, I paid no attention to Violet and Marcus. I think the showrunners were really ambitious with this season and it fell flat.
Let me tell you. Violet is one of my favorite characters. Like her and Lady Danbury, to me, a lot of times can do no wrong, just to be honest with you, especially with each other. Their friendship is just like chef's kiss, as you like to say. Mm-hmm. But for me, I am very fond of a chocolatey bald man with a beard.
I mean, so sometimes we can make ourselves known.
So to me, when Marcus hit that screen, I was like, Claude, there's another chocolate drop in the house.
I'll fight you.
No, I'm just saying there was a chocolate drop in the house. So I mean, I'm just saying in terms of paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I mean, that's why I really liked their story, and I thought they were cute. Like they just were like young giddy children, and I like that.
Well, here's an interesting comment for two of our favorite characters. Naya said, I was very disappointed in the Queen Charlotte and Lady Whistledown arc. Penelope has single-handedly talked horrible about King George. I really wanted to have a heart-to-heart moment with the Queen.
I could see that. I could definitely see that because I feel like she got off too easy.
Woo!
She did get off too easy if you think about it. Because remember when she was talking to Eloise in the carriage and she was really about to put them paws on her? But then all of a sudden when it's Penelope...
Well, it's because of that talk that Lady Danbury had. If it wasn't for that talk, Lady Danbury pulling Queen Charlotte to the side and being like, you're going to mess your fun up.
Yeah, I remember.
I think she would have dropped the hammer. It would have been super ugly.
Yeah, it was still a little hard, though.
So.
Yeah, I just feel like, if I know, and I agree with that's the reason. But if you were having that conversation with Eloise, then all of a sudden,
Kim said, thank you. I've been saying I feel like we didn't get a love story in season 2. We got a triangle, and that hurt season 2 for me. Well, we kind of got a, hold on.
We're talking about season 2 with Kate and Anthony and Edwina. I agree.
Let's see. I think Violet said, taking a 4-month ship journey while you're pregnant is just a crazy thing for the writers to put in. Yeah. Let them visit India later. They could have just sent them to the country if they needed. Yeah, that seems very perilous.
Yeah, I was like, even when they were talking about it and Kate was like, oh, but it's a 4-month journey or whatever she said. And I was like, and you pregnant? And you gonna be, how you gonna eat? You gonna be seasick? What? That there was nothing about that sounded appealing to me other than being there and being with your family. But the actual journey, not so much.
Thank you, Jamila, who said, yes, Kate's gown in season 3 was a sorry. Let me know if I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah, sorry.
Was a sorry inspiration. She is South Indian. There's so many multifaceted cultures within that massive country.
Absolutely.
The more detailed it could get to the specific area of the country, I think the better and more justice it does for a character as a whole.
But I think that her gowns were beautiful. Her and Edwina and her mom.
I kind of want to change directions for like a hot second and talk about John. Did we talk about John and Francesca a lot? Well, we didn't really get clarity. Let me take that back. Would you have rather have known that they do possibly have some type of condition regarding what's the term I'm looking for when you're neurodivergent, right? Or are you happy that they kind of like left that kind of like us for interpretation?
I like interpretation.
You like the interpretation of it?
Yeah, because everybody is different, unique, and quirky.
Yeah.
So trying to say that.
Well, I mean, you can't diagnose it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so I'm glad that they didn't say anything about it, and that you just see that these people are made for each other, and they're quirky in their own ways, and they have, everybody has ways that they view things in relationships and love and duty and all those things. So I like that they just had another unique couple in the story.
Are you rooting for them, or are you rooting for the drama that could possibly come with John's cousin?
I'm rooting for them.
Okay.
Real talk. I don't know, because I don't like to see people's feelings get hurt. And I feel like, that they found each other. They, got engaged rather quickly because that was by choice. Got married rather quickly because that was by choice. Yeah. So, you're in it now. Don't be backtracking.
You know what I wanted to see that they didn't do? Remember when John and the fellows were sitting around drinking and they said you had to do something?
He did do something.
What was it?
He asked her to dance, and he danced with her.
Oh, so that was the moment.
Yeah. We said it in the reaction. And he was like, because she was like, you don't even really like to dance. He was like, oh, but we need to be more bold or something. And you were like, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he did.
Let's see. Eddie said the Queen doesn't feel like a multidimensional character outside of her spinoff. I don't think they know what to do with her besides obsess over Whistledown. There's an argument for that.
Yeah,
I can see that because
I can see that.
I'm not gonna lie. If it wasn't for the Queen Charlotte spinoff, I would feel totally different about the Queen in general.
Well, that's because
I have that history of her.
Yeah, because remember, real talk. Remember, we watched season 1.
Okay.
And then we watched Queen Charlotte ahead of season 2, which was already out. So we had a different perspective of her before even season 2.
Okay.
And so it gave us a different view and perspective of, how she was and all of those things. Yeah. So yeah, I agree with that.
Let's see.
Wait. No.
Here's an interesting one.
Read the one underneath that when you're done with this one.
Yeah. This is from Daniela, who said, I also think the Black struggle debate was more so a colorism thing. Examples portrayal of fairer, lighter skin tone actors is more prosperous or have more screen time. Well, then, I mean, I don't know if you've seen Queen Charlotte. I mean, there's a beautiful chocolate woman playing Lady Danbury who absolutely steals many, many scenes.
Well,
but colorism is a very real thing. I don't want to downplay that. That is a very real thing.
Absolutely.
But Queen Charlotte, as far as the production team portraying it on screen, I don't know. I got to process that a little bit more. Because of Queen Charlotte. I mean,
we're not, and I think they're just talking about across the whole Bridgerton.
The whole Bridgerton arc.
That's what I'm assuming.
Okay.
And for me, Lady Danbury, beautiful woman, a darker complected woman of color. Kate. Absolutely stunning, darker complected woman of color. Yeah. John, Marcus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I know that, I don't know. But I'm not trying to say that it doesn't exist because I believe that it does. Yeah, that's the thing. So I believe that it does, but I'm just saying in this show, I didn't notice it. Because,
I didn't notice it in this show.
Because I see them.
Because normally it kind of like super sticks out. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like when the Pretty Boys season 1 showed up, Simon showed up. I was like, here we go. Oh God, here we go.
I was not.
But he had charisma. He had charisma, and he showed that, through his actions that he earned that role. I couldn't hate on the brother. I was like, you're doing your thing.
What? I didn't hate on that actual arrival and all that stuff. It's because the Queen is Black. So to me, I was like the head person who run it. So I mean, everybody else is just, accepted because of that is how I feel. I'm like, if the Queen is one of us, then I feel like, it's what it is.
You want that one?
What? Because I don't understand. I don't know.
Said from Hayolo said, are you Black?
Who are we asking?
You'll be asking us.
like who are we? Are we asking somebody else in the comments?
I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm just curious.
It definitely can't be us.
Yeah, hey, let us know, Lo. I think they were asking Daniela.
Okay.
Yeah, they were asking Daniela.
Let's see. Big shout out to Moses Thomas. Said, I love your review of the show. Hey, thank you so much.
Yay,
I know
thank you,
we certainly can get under the skin of a lot of folks, but we all do it in great fun because we love this property as a whole.
Loved the shows.
Yes, we're getting close to the 1.5 hour mark. Let's see. This time we can get some of these more questions in. Man, goodness, you guys are awesome. Force me, I don't know. This is from Exploration of Beauty, who responded back to Hanai, who said, I feel like Eloise is quite self-absorbed. If she had offered a plan to Cressida and getting away, things may not have turned out the way it did. That's interesting. I mean, there's some really cool Cressida theories. Let's see. I think we'll get another love triangle in the Eloise season.
I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, I think that may be spoiler-ish. Let's see. Here's a very interesting comment. This is from Steph Gibbs, who said, it's so weird how we see none of Queen Charlotte's children in Bridgerton, even though we've seen all or most of them in her spinoff. That's because the casting sheet can't be that long.
Yeah.
she's got like 8 kids, something like that.
Well, the thing is, you would think that he would be really intrigued to
marry some of them off.
Yeah.
But you know what? The tongue is too low of standing.
Well, she can bring people to them like she does with the diamonds and all that.
Yeah. Now that would be an interesting spinoff.
That
like
would be
if
a
they
good
did
spinoff.
Just a Queen Charlotte and her managing her children.
Yeah.
There's something to that. That could be dope. Would y'all watch that?
I would.
Yeah.
I'd be first in line.
Yeah.
Because, when you're dealing with your children, it's different than when you're dealing with other people's children.
Oh, here's a question you don't see often. And this is from Moses Thomas, who said, I felt that Cressida could have shown more evilness and power. Wow. I wouldn't expect it more. Okay. Well, there's a thought.
Well, that's the antagonist.
Yeah. As the antagonist. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, back then they didn't have those diagnoses. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
They probably would have just tried to lobotomize you or something back then. Who knows? Burn your feet, do something weird. Yeah, the same thing. Robert Wilson said, I know Bridgerton isn't historically accurate, but they wouldn't have known about neurodivergency back then, so it wouldn't have made sense to mention it. No, I guess where I was coming from was to be like, mention it, what people think that are, how do people describe people that are like that back then? Because when I was a kid, they just said like if you were, well, I don't even want to say the word because it's not, you can't even say the word.
No, I wouldn't.
So let's just skip that. Let me not get myself into trouble. Let me see. Oh my gosh.
Oh, go up, right there. That one.
Hey, just got here. Didn't you folks do a live stream yesterday?
It was the premiere.
It was the premiere, yes.
Yeah. Do you want to explain the difference between a premiere and a live?
Yeah, a premiere is just when you see us texting live while we all watch in real time, whereas a live stream, you can ask us questions.
Yeah, and the premiere is actually a reaction. So it's a video. And right now, a live, we're actually like right here, right now, live. I'm like right here, right now. I don't know what that was. That was like my right here, right now dance, apparently.
Ooh, here's a piece of historical accuracy. Said in the Suez Canal wouldn't be built for another 40 so years, so they got to go around the entire continent of Africa to get to India in the first place. And she's pregnant. Yeah, the writers are wild for that one. Yeah,
what kind of midwife would you have on that book with you that could take care of all of that? And that's fascinating.
Let's see. Marina's light skin and she was on the struggle bus. Yeah, that is true. Alice is titled now, but she was lower caste. Lady Danbury, John Marcus, dark skin and paid. Yes. Let's see. Sabby said it was interesting to see you both responding to John and Francesca over time, not feeling like you got what they were about, gave insight into Violet's confusion about the strength of the relationship. Not feeling you got what they were about. I think because we picked up on the fact that they were moving differently. Okay. And maybe that is what Violet's hesitancy may have been, because that's out of her comfort space. Or just that's a way of kind of like, well, I guess that's kind of answering my question what I was saying before. Like that's how she's recognizing the fact that they may be, in today's term, neurodivergent, that they both think and act differently than everybody else. Yeah. Or do you think it was just simply she thought her daughter was just rushing in too quickly into a man she just met? All of the above. Okay. Yeah, all of the above. And you're always going to be protective of your children, but when you notice differences than the majority of society, maybe that, you become more protective. Yeah. Even more so sometimes. Demo said the colorism point is worth discussing. The two most vile men in Bridgerton, Lord Danbury and Simon's father, were very dark complected. That's very true. That is very true. And oftentimes in foreign movies in general, the darker skin complected people are often considered put in a position to be the bad guys. The antagonists. It happens in South Korean cinema, Indian cinema, American cinema. It's just a very common thing for those that aren't privy to that. Let's see. Nope, talking about book stuff. Talking about book stuff. Sorry, we don't want to get any spoilers. Right? I'm like, no, don't do it. Oh, I didn't even realize we had a super chat. Me neither. Oh, wow. Let me go ahead and give this. Morning, yes. Notice the difference between Penn and Francesca's vows. So I'm trying to remember because I do remember
their vows.
Their vows to each other. Vows.
Oh,
not vows in AEIOU. Vows as I'm committing myself to you.
Okay.
When they were getting married.
VOWS. Okay. I was confused. I'm sorry.
So I'm trying to remember the big difference. I remember Penn didn't seem as invested because she was still salty. Well, she was still trying to
figure out if he was going to forgive her.
There was a line, there was a bar that was said that you really enjoyed, and I cannot remember what it was.
That Penelope said.
Yeah, what did Penelope say?
Talking about she'll worship you with
her body.
With my entire body. I'll worship you or something.
Right.
And the only thing I remember about Francesca's vows, the only thing that I remember about Francesca's vows was that when John gave the speech, and that wasn't even a part of the vows, he just gave the speech like recognizing each member of the Bridgerton family. Yeah. But I don't remember the vows they gave.
That was the toast. Yeah. Dang, I wish I had a little bit more insight on that because I can remember Barford. I just remember you being moved
by that because I worship you with all my body.
Oh, see, look at this. Listen to this. I thought Francesca's wedding was cute because it was just the important people in the room. It wasn't a spectacle, it wasn't a show. It was probably maybe like 20 people in the room at most.
If that.
Because it fits their personality. Yeah. They're quiet, reserved,
peace, family.
To their not a whole lot of fuss.
Yeah.
And
her dress was giving me life. I know I said that, but yes. Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, speaking of dresses, so Penn, we got some comments regarding Penn's dress being off-white. It was, you said it was blush.
Yeah, it was like a blush color.
And apparently, according to the chat, that wearing white wasn't a thing for weddings until a few years later down the road.
Yeah.
So, is that historically accurate for the show? Because I felt like what color was Kate's dress? I know she didn't wear white. She wore something else.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
That seems like 10 years ago. Okay. I don't even remember.
Okay. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
For those in the chat, if you can give us what were the other two brides? Daphne's dress color. I thought it was
I think hers was white or like
I don't think
anybody off-white or eggshell.
I know Kate's sister was wearing all white when she was about to.
Was it all white or was it like eggshell or cream or
no, it was all white.
Oh, okay.
Color plays a big thing. Yeah. I still think that was done more on purpose, that off-white, because things didn't seem as pure as before with them. Now that she was about to wear. I think that was purposely done. That was a color palette issue. Let's see where we at. We are at an hour and a half over. You want to give maybe 7 more minutes, and we're definitely closing out at 140.
Yeah.
There we go.
Do the Edie one that says fun question.
Yeah, right there. Edie said a fun question. If the writers asked you for your opinion on what you'd personally love to see for a Benedict season, fresh new love story, what would you come up with? Well, we definitely got to explore his sexuality more, or how he's coping with it, and what does that mean for a man of his station? Like there was that moment when Penelope had a really good bar where she was talking about how difficult it is for a woman in her position in order to achieve what she wanted to do, and then the next scene. We see Benedict, coming to terms with something that would not be considered in good, polite society at that time. That would be awesome to explore, to see like how does he struggle finding somebody that he loves, juggling the fact that he may feel differently with another man. Would be even more interesting is if he got caught. What does that look like? Even if it's just caught by his family, not even necessarily all of society. What does that look like for a man of that time period?
And is it Lady Whistledown that outs him?
And is it Lady Whistledown that outs him?
Can you imagine how Colin and Eloise
would never do that, though. Not now.
Never say never. Never say never.
There's a lot of meat to that, I think.
Yeah, and I can't lie. Like, I would like to see him more with his art school crew, and exploring the creativity and the creative side with that, while also incorporating a love story. Because I felt like there was some interest in some of the other artists there, not only the model that was, the naked model, but some of the male artists that were there as well. Like I felt like a vibe with some of them with him. So I feel like, that would be kind of fun to kind of explore what that would look like if, in terms of like love and lust for him.
Yeah.
And exploring it there would be
awesome. What else I think would be kind of cool, because we kind of talked about this briefly. If it went left, right, we had a theory that, like, what if Benedict is being used and being blackmailed?
Yeah, I do remember that.
That could be interesting as well too, to have that held against him for whatever the exploit is going to be.
And you know what? The other reason why I felt that too was not only from that look that they gave each other when they were all in the bed together.
Yeah.
But the other thing was how she keeps saying like that her staff is very discreet.
Yes.
So in my head, I'm like,
discreet is discreet.
One, I feel like they're trying to like lure versus, So that's
they weren't trying to lure him.
But I'm just saying those two things that they said made me feel like maybe there were ulterior motives. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But I think that would actually be more interesting of a story. Maybe all the worlds can be combined. Maybe he's trying to figure out who he is, how he manages this world, trying to find the love of his life, and he's being extorted at the same time. Now that could be an interesting Bridgerton tale. I just don't want it to turn into like, too much of a whodunit.
Yeah,
it still has to be a love story.
Yeah, because I was like, extortion doesn't really bring up the love.
Well, I mean, Cressida tried to extort.
That was blackmail. That was blackmail.
Let's see. Let's see. Benedict sleeping around just felt so pointless. Like that's all they could give him to do this season. He's more interesting this season than he has been in the previous 2 seasons.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But that came at the very end. He came in like the last two episodes.
Well, I've always loved his conversations with Eloise. Remember I told you I love their relationship because they actually have real conversations with each other?
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that they accept each other for who they are. And I feel like if he does explore his sexuality, that she would be a person that he could talk to about it.
Yeah.
Which I think would be awesome.
Huge shout out to Kim, who said colorism is real, but can we just appreciate the show for what it is? Yeah, there's truth to that too.
I do love
just have fun.
I love the show.
Because I mean, if you really, really wanted to pick the show apart, there's a lot more than just colorism that you could pick this show apart with. Mm-hmm. We're here for the love and romance. Let me see. This is from Jim Boyd, who's Jim Boyd 65, JM Boyd 65. I very much like Cressida's arc. She's a sympathetic villain. We see how mistreated she is at home by both parents. Both Cressida doesn't have the emotional intelligence to actually improve.
I could see that.
Yes, I agree with you. I think Penelope and Eloise, who do you think is the smarter of the two?
Penelope.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I think Eloise thinks she's smarter than she actually is, but Penelope actually really does have that gray matter.
I think Eloise is smart.
No, I'm not saying she's not. I think she's smarter than she is because of her privilege.
Well, I think
we addressed that in season 2.
Yeah, I think they both have that. Because like you said, they're the 1% of society, so they're absolutely privileged. But yeah. So I mean, I agree with that though.
What's up?
The quote right
here?
No, one below. Yeah,
grab it.
Athena 509 said, "With my body, I thee worship."
That's what it was.
Our standard vows. I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
That's a standard vow? Don't you how many weddings I've been to? But thank you for that, Athena 509. With my body, okay. I thee worship. I have to remember that.
With this ring I thee wear, with my body I thee worship. Standard Church of England vows. Oh,
okay.
Okay, that's across the pond. Okay, there we go.
With my body, I the honor is an alternate version some couples use. I love that.
Okay, well, at least they kept it, regionally correct.
I love it. We didn't see their wedding. I didn't think so.
Whose wedding?
Kate and Anthony. Or no, Francesca and John. Somebody. I don't know who they're talking about. Oh yeah, we never saw Kate and Anthony's wedding. I didn't think so.
Kate didn't have an on-screen marriage. Yep.
I didn't think so.
Okay. Thank you for that. Because let's see. Knowing Kate, her dress is probably lilac. Yeah, I can see that.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful though. I mean, the colors were beautiful.
Let's see. Oh my gosh, that was 7 minutes went by fast.
Yes, it
is
did.
1:40. Wow, I think that is it. Thank you all so much for your time. I thought we had more time. I had to use my Denzel Washington voice on that.
Is that what that
was? Yeah, you remember that from what was that? Man on Fire. I wish you had more time. That's beautiful.
Denzel?
No,
you are thespian, but
that was terrible. Hey, listen, thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for all of the love and support for this particular season. I'm sorry we couldn't get to every question, but as you can see, we're trying to knock down as much as we possibly can. Listen, I wanted to let everybody know too that I am putting together a Discord so that this type of conversation can be expressed more vividly with more little areas and nooks and crannies that we can all sit here and enjoy all of these reactions to as well. If you want to get to know this beautiful lady a little bit better,
in many of the other episodes, you will see that my link to my social platforms are on the description link.
For those looking for that Discord link, don't worry, I will put it out in the community page. It's going to be free for most of the benefits, including live stream, so you can actually interact and scream in our ear over the characters you love while we're doing our reactions. That's going to be a part of the thing too. So we just want to make sure everybody can be a part of the whole process because it's tons of fun. And I'm sure listening to y'all in our ear as we're going is going to be absolute high comedy. Shout out to Newt from the Ville. Make sure you check out his YouTube page as well. I think the next big one, we are still doing House of the Dragon. We got the Bear coming right around the corner. The Bear is going to be absolutely amazing. We're still not 100% sure Mikel-Claire's going to be on board with the Bear.
I hope so.
But we are doing the Bear either with Mikel-Claire and Newt from the Ville, or just me and Newt from the Ville. We're still, the schedule's lives is living right now.
Wait, and House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon.
Oh my gosh, if you haven't been with us for that, we've only had one episode so far because that's all they've released so far.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
really?
we do a live stream. We do a live stream after that as well. Team Black is in the house. Severance is another one that me and Mikel-Claire have had a lot of fun that I certainly would recommend to everybody if you're looking for a really good show to check out. Make sure you hit the like button, guys. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. Thank you to everybody that did the super chat.
This.
Thank you to everybody that's just, I'm telling y'all, the family that y'all have created has been incredible. Thank you, Janet. Thank you. Yes, all opinions are welcome. All characters,
opinions, always.
Everybody. Yo, Newt from the Ville said Team Black. I think that is it. I know I'm over here.
I know.
Talking.
Keep going and going.
I love y'all.
It's so much fun.
I love y'all so much.
Thank you for coming to the ball.
Yeah, and we'll probably see you on the live stream tomorrow for House of the Dragon. Yeah. And there will be a oh my gosh,
Interview with a Vampire.
Yeah, Interview with a Vampire as well. Sorry. That's not that's another great show. Please check out Interview with a Vampire. Oh, it's probably one of my top shows of the year. It's amazing. I was gonna say
you're talking about House of the Dragons?
No. Me and Rakai have a movie for Harlem Nights coming out tomorrow as a premiere. So if you're a fan of Harlem Nights and you want to chop it up with us, I'll shoot that black gnarled off. You're a fan of that kind of content, a movie, please check us out tomorrow. I will probably have that posted as soon as I get off of this bad boy. Okay, yo, we really are out of here.
Yeah, let's stop. I'm sorry. I can't wait. Okay, sorry.
We out of here, y'all. We out of here. All right, y'all. Take care. Peace.